And let's continue our talk on the SCO. Joining me now in the studio is James Rae. He is a professor of politics at California State University, focusing on Southeast Asia, and also a Fulbright Scholar at Beijing Foreign Studies University. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
So this is the big day. Everything's going to get underway. What will you be watching for as this newly expanded SCO gets underway?
Well, I think the body language, we saw President Putin receive the Friendship Medal last night. We know of the personal relationship, and I think how cordial and the camaraderie, not just between the two, but others. And then to see the leaders of India and Pakistan standing in that same lineup and sort of how they interact with each other.
What will be the expectations of all of these countries who will be gathered here? We know that the SCO is about equality across the board. Doesn't matter how big or small you are, but they also have to agree.
Well, I think we'll see a declaration coming out of this event that will lay out some diplomatic principles that you described of mutual cooperation and win-win outcomes. Probably a little bit more specific statements on counterterrorism and drug trafficking and cybercrime, and then the reinforcement of the economic opportunities that really lures all these countries into this arrangement.
Could we see any surprises? Could we see another expansion of the SCO? We know that Iran's President Hassan Rouhani will be attending, and given what's happening around the world, could he seek more support?
Well, I'm sure Iran would like to be a full member, and there are probably other countries as we head toward Western Asia that would like to be members. I would expect a country like Belarus or Afghanistan to be more likely to ascend to member status. I think Iran, because of the nuclear deal and its status as a pariah for the West, might be too provocative to include and would really raise some greater warning signs for the West. So I think its current observer status probably won't change, and absorbing India and Pakistan might take a few years in any case.
And that being said, India and Pakistan, the addition grows this organization. I mean, you're talking about more than half of the world's population. How do you see the SCO's influence, or will there be more influence given this expansion?
I think, significant in terms of the scale of the organization. I do think the inclusion of India raises some challenges because it is so increasingly tied to the United States and in the strategic global, not necessarily competition, but relationships that are built. I think it presents a challenge for Russia and China in absorbing a country that might not be on the same page every time. Though India used to be very close to Russia, it has, accommodating ties with China, but it's really marched closer and closer to the United States. So I think that could be a bit of a challenge.
So we talked about expectations. What do you think will be the biggest takeaway or the biggest deliverable out of the SCO?
Well, just when we have this organization having its event and all these bilateral meetings that have arranged a statement that'll be very clear, and we look across the sea and see the G7 in enormous discord, debating whether Russia should come or America should be out, and leaders of Western countries openly disagreeing and having contentious relationships. And here it's such a harmonious weekend. So I think that really raises questions about global leadership going forward.
You see two different pictures happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Everything getting underway here behind us very soon. All right, James Rae, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate your insight.